Please the court. My client will waive the final hearing today and enter a plea of guilty to the charge, and we can proceed straight to sentencing, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your plea?
Guilty, Your Honor.
I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty. What is your problem?
Can I read you my letter, Your Honor?
You've been when your case got bound over from Willoughby back in December, until you came here and left for NeoCap, you were an ass ache in the jail. When you came back from NeoCap, you continue to be an ass ache almost on a daily basis. What is your problem?
Your Honor.
Because I'm sick of it. I got a pile of paper about you like this, on all the problems you're causing over there. What's your problem?
With the jail situation, I have been causing an issue with other inmates. Me and other inmates get into it a lot. A lot of people in there facing time. A lot of people about to do time. A lot of people, and people bumping heads in there. And I could just say on my behalf, I have been getting into a lot of fights, and I've been taking it, and I've been apologizing, pleading guilty, and trying to move forward.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. But I don't have a stack of paper like this on any other person in there. I don't have any papers on any other person in there except you.
Your Honor, when I first got to the jail, it was a different scenery for me. I wasn't used to being around so many people.
As long as he continues to live like a criminal, he should probably get used to being treated like one. Actions come with consequences, and he's been racking them up like loyalty points. And honestly, I can't help but admire a judge who manages to expand my vocabulary while laying down the law. Any judge who casually drops a word like "assake" into the official record instantly earns my respect. That's the kind of unscripted courtroom poetry you simply can't fake.
So disrespectful. When I was in prison, a lot of people, the meanest, biggest guy, tell you excuse me. So I was getting into it a lot with people that didn't have no problem with disrespecting, you know, and it's one TV, one remote. So a lot of things just was, and I ain't trying to make no excuse to you, Your Honor, because I know you don't like them, and I'm admitting my part. I was fighting, and when you sent me to NeoCap, I told myself I'm gonna have a lot more self-control because I know you ain't gonna take that. You're not gonna accept that, especially with my jail record. Now, when I was in NeoCap, I like to read you this letter right quick, and because I'm better at writing how I feel. I said, Your Honor, when I was at NeoCap, I was falsely accused of being terminated from the program NeoCap, in which I have key evidence of phone calls with my lawyer, voicemails, and video footage indicating that I wanted to lead the program myself. The staff members can testify to my credibility, Your Honor. I even spoke with my probation officer, Mr. David Tompkins, before I got there about my uneasiness about being there. And he stated, while I was there, my lawyer could file a motion to have me removed while I was there. There was residents who was putting my rehabilitation in danger with derogatory terms and prejudiced statements. I probably could have used better coping skills to adjust to my environment a little more. I just felt uncomfortable being around such negativity and hate. Also, I have more to lose than the average person because my freedom is at risk. In just a short period of time, I was informed I had some redirections, but I wasn't even informed when I reached. I was informed that I had multiple redirections, but I wasn't even informed when I reached a couple redirections, Your Honor. So I felt I was being targeted because I told the staff members and everybody there that I wanted to leave NeoCap, but in good standards. It was a problem that I wanted to leave because Miss Lisa, the head supervisor there, told me there was only two ways people left NeoCap on her watch. Either they finished the program or they getting sent back on a probation violation.
So I dug into it, and NeoAP turns out to be a legitimate Ohio program designed for adults who've been convicted of a crime but are still employed. The goal is simple but strict. Keep people working while holding them fully accountable through a structured work release system. In practical terms, participants go to their jobs during the day, then report back to a designated facility where they're required to complete programming focused on criminal thinking, decision-making, and the patterns that lead people right back into trouble. Programs like this exist in several states, and they all have one thing in common. They're demanding. You don't coast through them. They require a real shift in mindset and an honest willingness to change. Bring the same excuses, the same entitlement, or the same bad habits, and you will fail quickly. But for people who are genuinely serious about turning things around, NeoAP offers something rare and valuable: the chance to keep a job, maintain stability, and work toward rehabilitation instead of watching your entire life collapse while serving your sentence. It's not a free pass, it's an opportunity. And like any opportunity, it only works if you actually respect it.
And the last day I got frustrated and I was like, man, I'm not going through this no more. And some other guys that was on the other side was like, you can do it, Jaden, just a little longer. I'm like, no, man, because I'm going to lose my temper. And I can't go in front of my judge for putting my hands on nobody when they got a zero tolerance for fighting. So I asked to be moved again. They was like, no. It was like the next time something happened, let us know. And I let him know. Then the very next day, he made a black joke. And everybody in the room laughed because I was the only black dude on that side. So I told him again.
So you got kicked out of there because the director was trying to talk to you about something, okay? And you kept talking over her and arguing with her, and you got louder and louder. They moved you to another area away from other people, and you continued to yell and talk over her till they moved you to a room where nobody was in, attempted to talk to you again. You did the same thing, then started throwing stuff. That's why you got kicked out.
Your Honor, that is what they trying to tell you, Your Honor.
I have had one other alleged problem at NeoCap, 9.5 years, and it turned out to be bullshit, okay? So all I know is you were an ass ache over here when you got here from Willoughby, and you got arrested in December until you left, and it started again once you came back.
No.
So you're going back here. Now you're going back to the jail, and I'm gonna get a daily goddamn report on you. And if there's any trouble with you, then you're coming right back here for the sentence. Do you understand me?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't want to hear any more bullshit going on with you.
Your Honor, can I please tell you something I'm dying to tell you, Your Honor? Like, I hear what you...
Go ahead, tell me.
Man, it's not...
All right, that brings the first hearing to a close. And there's something you'll pick up on almost immediately about this judge. He runs a tight courtroom, but there's real compassion behind it. Legally, he had every right to revoke probation on the spot and send this man straight back to jail to finish out his sentence. Most judges wouldn't have hesitated, but he didn't. Instead, he chose to extend a second chance. Not an easy one, not a free one, but a chance all the same. The defendant is sent back to jail temporarily, given a narrow window to prove that he's actually worthy of the leniency he's asking for. Now we move into the second hearing, and this is where things really start to unravel. It's a textbook example of why lying to a judge to dodge responsibility is one of the worst decisions you can make. It never works. It has never worked. And as you're about to see, it only makes the fallout far worse.
Go ahead, tell me.
Man, it's not... See, that's why they playing with my life, man. They calling you, they telling you shit I'm doing, but they ain't tell you what they doing. They over there fucking with me. I mean, they over there messing with me.
All
man.
these COs are fucking with you.
No, man.
You're saying?
It's a lot of... No, it ain't all of them. I'm cool with a lot of them. It's some of them, and they going to the sergeants, and the sergeants is going to the lieutenants, and they getting to you. And now you looking at my record because they know it's because I'm fighting. But I ain't never had no problem with no CO. And then until I came back, they playing with my life, man. They playing with my food. They playing with my food.
Why are all these guys suddenly doing that with you?
It ain't suddenly.
When I've never heard a whiff of a complaint about them doing it with other people.
Man, it's going around right now. It's officers that's literally searching people inappropriate. I got a PREA going on. That's why they did this. That's why they put me in front of you and called you like, get him out of here. Because I got a PREA going on. Because Officer Hammer touched my dick. I mean, my private part. Excuse my language. He touched my private part, and it ain't nothing I can do because they laughing in my face about this. And I can't put my hands on him because I'm going to be in front of you for an assault. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing I can do. But I've been retaliating. I've been retaliating, doing dumb stuff, refusing to go on my cell and stuff like that, because this the only way that I can get anything. Your Honor, they is only telling you one side, and they got the facts because they got the paperwork. I don't have paperwork. I can't make my own paperwork of what they doing to me, Your Honor. They literally is playing with my life, and they put me in front of you because they know once all they gotta do is.
Why are they all conspiring against you?
It's not all of them, Your Honor. It's just the few COs.
Why are the few COs conspiring against
Because
you?
all of them don't like me, and I don't like them. I told you, Your Honor. I'm not gonna lie to you.
How did you and the COs that are doing this
Because
develop this hate relationship with each other?
Because I'm not a person who just lay down and let somebody do something to me. So when I retaliate, they get upset about it.
So they're doing the same thing to other people, but other people aren't retaliating.
No, other people do retaliate. It's people in the hole right now. I'm not even gonna bring them into it, but it was people in the hole right now getting in trouble for yoking COs up, for art. They getting sprayed and getting put in the chairs. I've never been through that, but I've been retaliating by refusing a lot and like refusing to get my trays up. So that type of stuff get me in more trouble, Your Honor. But they doing stuff to me. I just don't lay down and accept it. A lot of people do lay down and accept it, but a lot of people ain't. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that's been. I don't never put my hands on them. It's people that's in a hole right now that you probably haven't heard about that put their hands on the COs, that wrestle with them. I never did that. But focusing on me, I just retaliate, Your Honor, because they doing stuff to me and they not telling you about that, Your Honor. And I apologize that this had to even become before you. And I had a dream that they was gonna do something like this, but I never thought it was gonna be real, man. They is playing with my life. I got time over my head, and they calling my judge. They calling my judge like they playing with my life, Your Honor. I'm doing stuff. Yes, I'm not sitting here telling you I'm an angel or I'm not. I am, but I'm doing stuff to retaliate against what they doing to me. That's now since I've been in the hole right now. Before I went to NeoCap, I never had a problem with an officer. Never.
Well, you did, because I read them all. Take it back.
It was more
back. We'll
fights.
be back later.
I'm still gonna see you this afternoon, okay? I'm gonna explain. I'll still see you this afternoon.
So let me make sure I've got this right. We're not dealing with a single missing check or an innocent one-off mistake. We're talking about multiple stolen checks from multiple locations. That's not bad luck, and it's definitely not coincidence. It's a pattern. And no matter how confident he might be in his ability to talk his way out of trouble, a situation with this many moving pieces is almost impossible to fake convincingly. The more complex the scheme becomes, the faster the story collapses, and he's already tripping over his own version of events.
Mr. D'Angelo, what do you want to tell me?
Mr. I'm just very, I'm tired of just letting my family down, and you know, I just need definitely a chance at treatment. It's a hard addiction, and but I just. I really don't think doing any more time would be well with everything. I'm just kind of lost for words. I'm just tired of letting my family down. I'm getting too old for this. So, 42 years old, and
Where'd you get the checks from?
I got the checks from the side of the mailbox.
Why do you have their debit cards, MasterCards, mail, tax forms, mortgage statements, child support forms, W-2s, notice of account change information, education loan application, ADA dental claim? Why do you have these documents?
Because they were actually thrown away, and it was in a bag full. It was mail. And
From where?
I kept it in Las Vegas.
Okay, not all of it's from Las Vegas, some of it's from Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about you try something different here, okay? Why did you tell Mr. Clement that you got these checks in an abandoned house that you were cleaning out?
That's where I got the checks from Ohio.
Okay.
Some of the ones.
Why don't you try being honest for a change?
I am, sir.
No, you're not. July 8th. Defendant was at work where they were cleaning out an abandoned home, was littered with drug paraphernalia and was being used as a drug house. Defendant located a bag that contained fake money, a white powdery substance, and blank checks. Defendant took the bag, did not say anything to his employer about finding it in the home. He threw away the fake money and kept the checks and drugs, which he presumed to be methamphetamine. Decided to write out a check to himself for $900. The police tracked the check back to him, and he was arrested for the check. Thought he was not going to be charged for the drugs, but ultimately was charged for the drug possession. Why did you tell that to the probation officer?
That's what happened, sir.
Okay, I thought you just told me that the checks were in a mailbox on Garden Drive.
Well, the check that I some of the checks were by the mailbox where I was working. You know what I mean? It was like right.
Where were you working?
I don't know. It's some really bad neighborhood. It was. I was cleaning out this house, and it was.
And Albertone's checks were in this really bad.
No, not those ones.
What tipped you off, Judge? The jail-issued crayon residue still smeared on his lips. Because at this point, the red flags aren't exactly subtle. Now, I'm going to fast forward through a large chunk of what comes next, because it's mostly the judge methodically reading off a list of victims, while the defendant sits there playing clueless, insisting he has no idea who any of these people are. It's the oldest trick in the "I'm totally innocent, I swear" playbook, and he commits to it with the full confidence of someone who genuinely believes that acting confused counts as a legal defense.
The ones.
You see, your problem is you've lied so much, you can't keep straight the lies that you tell. Okay?
I understand.
Because you were asked specifically about this case by Mr. Clement, and you told him that you found the checks and the drugs and some fake money in an abandoned house that you were cleaning out. And you took one of the checks and cashed it for $900, which was the Albertone check. Unless Albertone's hanging out in a drug house, okay? So it can't be both. You can't have grabbed him out of his mailbox on Garden Drive and then found it in the abandoned home in a bad neighborhood. So why are you lying to me?
There was just two separate occasions. Is what.
Well, so where did you get the Dominic Albertone check that you cashed for $900?
By this golf course.
Okay, and why did you tell him you got it out of this abandoned house?
Because to tell you the truth, sir, I didn't know whose name or who these, you know what I mean? I don't know which checks were which ones or which one were to belong to who, you know.
Okay, now you've been in jail for 148 days, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So certainly within the last 18 days, you haven't been doing meth, so you had a clear head on July 8th, right?
Yeah.
130 days into your jail sentence. And you couldn't keep clear what this charge was, what you were pleading to, what you were talking about with Mr. Clement? Why do you have all these tax forms, debit cards, credit cards from places in Nevada and Ohio in your room at your house?
You ask me. I just kept.
Huh?
I just kept them. I don't know.
Kept them why?
The truth, I don't know why I had those.
Well, you had them because you were going to steal or you stole from people. That's why you had them, right? Why else would you have them?
Yeah.
I can't understand why you come in here and you assume I'm a goddamn idiot, that I can't see what's in black and white here. I know the drug addicts are the biggest con men, right? But man, you ain't that smart.
And how do you think the victims felt when they realized a complete stranger had violated their privacy, rifled through their belongings, and invaded the most personal parts of their lives, all so a desperate addict could chase his next high? The harm here isn't limited to dollars and cents. It's emotional, it's psychological, and it doesn't magically disappear once the stolen property is replaced at this point. His father stands up to speak on his behalf. And to be fair, it's genuinely moving. There's real pain, real disappointment, and real desperation in his voice. I'll link the full statement in the description for anyone who wants to hear it in its entirety. But for this video, I'm only going to show the closing portion, immediately followed by the judge's ruling. And trust me, the judge does not pull his punches.
How did you get a hold of Gomez's debit card? Who lives in Henderson,
In the
Nevada?
mail.
What?
In the mail.
In the mail. She sent it to you?
No.
Well, what do you mean in the mail?
In just mailboxes. I mean,
So you took it out of her mailbox?
yeah.
Okay, all these things I asked you about, these tax forms, mortgage statements, you took them out of people's mailboxes?
Yep. Yes.
And you did that so you could steal from them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why did you come to Ohio from Nevada?
To get my life back on track, sir. To
Okay.
at least try.
Were you trying to run from the people in Nevada?
No.
No? When were you taking stuff out of people's mailboxes in Nevada?
When I lived at this, when I lived in this apartment, you know,
No, he
a
doesn't.
lot of people would just,
He doesn't know. Explain it.
no, I mean,
Explain.
Yeah.
Take some time and explain. Answer his question.
this was a real bad time in my life, sir, to where, like, I mean, I was using heroin, and by any means necessary, I would try to get money. So,
Okay.
I would
So
go
when I
through-
asked
would
you,
go
like-
through people's mail.
When I asked you 7 or 8 minutes ago why you had these things and you said you didn't know, now you do know. You were doing it to steal. See, I shouldn't have to play the part of a dentist up here and extract teeth one at a time because it's painful. Now, once you get here, you're stealing from somebody in Willoughby out of the mailbox. A 2023 tax form out of a mailbox on Timber Ridge Lane in Willoughby. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So you didn't, when you came here, you just kept doing what you were doing in Nevada, right?
Yes.
See, the concern about you is that you, and Mr. Nicholson tells me that, and you tell me that you're tired and you want to change the way you live, right?
Yes.
Yet you come here and you proceed to lie to me over and over again. That tells me that you don't want to change anything. That tells me that you want to tell me what you think I want to hear, so I'll buy your line of bullshit and give you what you want. That's what that tells me. Because when I asked you about all these people, instead of not knowing anything about it and just finding these in a bag of stuff somewhere, you would have told me what it was. But you didn't. That tells me all I need to know about you. What else do you want to say?
I'm sorry, sir. I really don't want to say anything else, because I just get confused, and my mind, you know what I mean? It's a lot right now, and it's just like, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just, when you were naming off the people, I get very confused and nervous.
Like I said earlier, this judge strikes the perfect balance between firmness and compassion, and that balance matters. Programs like NeoAP aren't meant to be comfortable or forgiving. They're designed to force you to confront antisocial behavior and dismantle the criminal thinking that keeps dragging you back. If you refuse to change, you fail. If you fall back into old habits, you fail. And no one can carry you through it but yourself. So yes, he's been given a real opportunity here, but only if he actually listens to the judge's blunt, necessary advice. You're 42 years old, right? Yes. Then start acting like it. That moment alone is why this judge is about to become a recurring character on this channel. He's direct, he's fair, and he says exactly what needs to be said without sugarcoating a single word. Courtrooms need more judges like this. Before we wrap up, a huge thank you to Sponsor Name for supporting today's video. Hit the link in the description to start your 14-day free trial and check them out for yourself. Alright, that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you didn't, go ahead and hit dislike. Engagement is engagement. Drop a comment below. And make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on so you never miss an upload.